There is no comparison, there is no literature throughout the universe like Srimad Bhagavatam. There is no comparison, there is no competition. Every word is for the good of the human society. Every word, each and every word. Therefore, we stress so much in the book distribution. Somewhere or other, if the book goes in one's hand, he will be benefited. At least he will see, they have taken so much price. Let me see what is there. If he reads one sloka, his life will be successful. If he reads one sloka, one word, this is such nice things. Therefore you are stressing so much. Please distribute book, distribute book, distribute book.
Bringing our movement together in what pleases Srila Prabhupada so dearly, to serve him by being an instrument of his compassion, by distributing his books, his Bhagavad Gita. It is a wonderful opportunity. I'm just feeling so grateful, and I'm hoping and praying each and every one of us can feel so grateful that in all of Brahma's creation, a lifetime of Brahma's 311 trillion years. In all this span of time, we happen to be alive in this movement at this time. To be a part of history, Vaishnav history, to participate in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu's pastimes of compassion, as our Guru Parampara and Srila Prabhupada has entrusted us with.
Prayer has always been an important part of book distribution. I mean, it's an important part of everything we do. But when I would distribute books on the street, I would always be praying to Krishna and the Parampara to inspire me with the right words to move the potential customer to take the book. And I would also be praying to the Lord within the heart of the potential customer to inspire the person to take the book. And another thought that motivated me very early, before I hardly read, well, actually we hardly had any books back then. We just had Easy Journey and Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, the abridged Gita. But I would think that these people are going to be spending their money on something anyway. And it's probably going to be nonsense, some sort of maya, or sense gratification. So better they spend the money for Krishna, for these books. Just the act of giving will help them. So this give to live, it's our life to give, but it also gives them life to give. So it works both ways.
All of you will be blessed to experience many of what my god sister Yamuna Deva used to call magic moments. Every devotee knows what I'm talking about, a Sankirtan devotee. There's always those magic moments that just kind of transcend mundane reality, such as seeing a conditioned soul show a sincere interest in Krishna consciousness after lifetimes of forgetfulness, or seeing a person spend their hard-earned money on a priceless piece of transcendental knowledge, or hearing someone at the other end of the telephone who's lonely and desperate after months of lockdown, find shelter in your association, in your words, the philosophy, an opportunity to purchase a book. So by sharing Krishna consciousness in these ways, all of you will experience the higher taste of devotional service. That's unique to sharing you'll experience that higher taste which nothing else in this world compares to, giving your good fortune to others. You'll truly be witness to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's words, as we heard earlier. When a ray from the infinite world comes to the finite world, just imagine what it can do. So you're going to see that. So the wonderful world of Krishna consciousness awaits you all. What wonderful things will you discover by participating in this glorious and first time ever attempt to distribute 2 million of Prabhupada's books?
There was a Spanish explorer named Cortez in the year 1519, and he went out with many, many ships and 600 men to look for the New World. They were exploring to find new territories that they could exploit. When they hit the shores of these new worlds, they all disembarked from the ships. They took their personal belongings off, and he ordered that the ships be burned. And of course, there was no way back. This has become an emblem of leadership, because once they made that decision, then it was, now we have to make it here. The reason I bring that up is, as we are in these what seem to be uncommon times during the pandemic, rather than think like, okay, when it goes back to normal, then we'll shift back. I propose that we burn the ships behind us and say, this is the new normal. Just embrace it and say, how can we take advantage of this pandemic fully and double, triple, increase during the pandemic, not think, how can we go back to the other way that we used to do it? There is no other way. There is no past. There's only now. Burn the ships, burn the idea that there's some other way to go back to, and innovate now and find out how to double, triple, quadruple book distribution during the pandemic is my firm belief, and I see it manifesting before my eyes in various places where the leaders have adopted this mood, that book distribution is increasing triple-fold, not decreasing, by taking advantage of the pandemic and finding new pipelines, new ideas, and innovating. So please be very bold during this time. Burn the ships, put on paper and announce, this is what we're going to do. And once you do that, Lord Chaitanya will make it happen.
Hare Krishna. So the spirit of the Gita Marathon continues. This month of December, we find so many devotees fired up on the streets, in the parking lots, libraries, schools, outside offices. They have stalls, railway stations, bus stations, and door-to-door book distribution, and so many different innovative ways of book distribution. This is such a spirited month where everyone is motivating one another to distribute more books. In fact, there are so many reasons that we should go out on book distribution. Ideally, Prabhupada wanted all of us to distribute books every day, as much as possible. As we know, the whole Krishna consciousness movement, our ISKCON movement, stood and completely was propagated on the principle of book distribution and street Harinam Sankirtan. Exalted, elevated Prabhupada disciples were fired up, going out on the streets 14-15 hours a day, chanting Harinam on the streets, tumultuous Kirtan, and also distribution of Back to Godhead magazines and Prabhupada's books, and we know rest is history. So the greatest preaching has happened in our movement by the process of Harinam Sankirtan and book distribution, and it continues to do so. And Prabhupada was very, very pleased. He used to ask whenever he came to a new country. In fact, I have heard from Prabhupada disciples who say that whenever Prabhupada arrived, he used to ask, so how's the book distribution score going? How many books have been distributed?
go.